I'm Glenna Henson, the new counselor here at UPike. Over the years, it's been kind of dwindled down to just Miss G because it's seems to be hard to remember my name, Glenna. So whatever the kids want to call me is fine. So I started a couple of months ago, actually.
Okay,
Just been here a couple of months.
so you're fairly new here.
I am fairly new.
But how long have you been in the counseling profession?
Couple of decades. Couple of yes, a long time. A long time. Yeah. So I've done some inpatient, some outpatient, and I really like this population, the
Okay,
college students, young adult.
a lot of energy, a lot of questions. Um, I suspect, Glenna, that as a kid, you probably weren't telling people you wanted to be a counselor when you were a kid. What did you want to
It's
be when
not.
you were when you were a kid?
I wanted to be a teacher actually. I remember playing school with my brother and sister. I was always the teacher, taking attendance and that kind of thing. So I was counseling came along a lot longer in the future. Yeah,
But gonna be a teacher. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, so when you're a kid and you're playing school and taking attendance and dreaming about being a teacher, we all have different dreams. I wonder now, as a more experienced person in life, if you have a dream now or a dream job.
I feel like all the places I've gone, it's kind of led me to where I am. It's funny how that works. I do feel like this is my dream job. I think over the past couple of years, I've really realized that I wanted to work on a university in a university setting with that age group. They're not quite kids anymore, but they're not really adults, and it's a very hard transition stage. I remember that time, and I think this may be my dream job.
Okay.
Crazy.
I guess time will tell about that.
We shall see.
So, did anything in life happen that spurred you towards the kind of the sense of being a counselor or this stage of your life?
When I was young, it was a very long time ago. Um, I had issues, and I haven't really talked about this. My own anxiety and panic, and I was in college, and this was like in the '90s, so we didn't hear stuff about this. We didn't have services, and here in Eastern Kentucky, especially, we're kind of still kind of behind, but it's getting better. But I struggled for years. I struggled academically. I struggled, and it was all because of the panic and the anxiety, and I didn't know what was wrong, and I didn't want to tell anybody because nobody talked about that. I think people are going to think I'm crazy, and I didn't know where to turn. So I struggled for many years until I finally, we didn't have the internet then. We could search things. No WebMD to search up symptoms. So a very, very many years. It took me a long to get through school. Um, One night, watching infomercials, back in the day, that's what we did. I would tend to have the panic at night, so I would stay up. And an infomercial came on, and the woman was talking about these symptoms, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that's me." It's called attacking anxiety, and I will never forget that night. I realized it's not just me; it's a real thing. Maybe I'm not crazy, but it was a big struggle. College years were very hard for me because I, I didn't know where to turn. I didn't have anywhere. My cats are going wild in the background right now, so I apologize. And I want kids to have somewhere to turn.
Gotcha. So, and I appreciate you sharing that personal, kind of journey that set you up to pursue counseling and now even to be here on a college campus. If you were to think about your sense of call or purpose and you were to put it in one or two sentences, what would that be?
I think it would be to let people know that it's okay to not be okay sometimes, and to be that person. If it's just for one person, there's somebody out there. Just be there and to know that they're not alone. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and that's maybe a kind of redundant question then. Um, but do you feel like your job career right now aligns with that sense of purpose and call?
I do. I really do. More so than any other job that I've had, because again, this is a targeted specific population, that age group. This time in my life that was so difficult. I'm working with those kids. So I think so.
Okay. Now, with all the years of different settings where you have been an emotional support person or president or just that person in a moment of crisis where you've kind of filled the gap of being present with someone's crisis and pain, you've had a lot of influence. And I suspect in ways that maybe you'll never know, right? This influence. But for you, who have been the people or person that's been really most influential for you?
Um, I would have to say probably my mom. She was just that person for everybody else. And she taught us, I know, I remember as long as ever, the importance of taking care of other people. It was always about other people. It's bigger than us, it's bigger than me, the world, and what we do for other people. And she was always doing that. Yeah. So definitely would be her. Yeah.
Okay. And was there anybody inside the counseling world who's been most influential for your career?
Hmm. I think probably one of my former supervisors many years ago. Her name was Pat. She was just that epitome, I thought, of a counselor. Just the demeanor, the presentation, just everything, and so knowledgeable. And she was a really great mentor. She retired, I think, 6 months after I left that office. So I was glad to be able to work with her and for her. Yeah.
Yeah, and had all that experience, right? That wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Um, so if someone's watching this or encountering you and they say, it turns out, Glenna, like I actually want to be a counselor. What did you do to position yourself for this profession or career?
Well, as far as education wise, um, I went to the University of Kentucky and got my degree in counseling, and take a board certification exam to become a licensed professional counselor. You do, the interns and the supervision hours and that kind of thing. Get a lot of experience before you're actually independently licensed. And that's been my route.
So, and is this a career where I need a master's or can I just do this right out of undergrad?
You do need a master's degree. They've gotten a lot more stringent, I think, with the counseling. Um, in the past, people with other degrees like social work could be an LPCC, what I am, licensed professional clinical counselor. But now you have to have a master's degree in some form of counseling where you can apply. More stringent, which is a good thing. Yeah, you do have to have a master's degree and apply, take an exam, the national counselor exam, and get all those hours of supervision, all those, seems like quite a few years working under a counselor.
Hmm.
But it's worth it.
Right. Now you get to be the supportive presence for people. You know, you deal and have heard from people in probably just about every walk of life for every type of situation. I suspect when you've done 20 plus years of counseling, there probably isn't a lot that people say that now surprise you, right? the human condition is so varied and wide that it's like, okay, here we are, right? Um, so, but on a college campus, you have a lot of people trying to figure out their sense of self and purpose and meaning and call, career. So when you have students who come and just say, you know, Glenna, I'm here because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, and everybody else around me knows what they're supposed to be doing. What advice do you have for them?
I'd say it's okay. Um, I'd give my examples. I didn't know initially either. When I graduated from undergrad, my degree was not in counseling. It's okay. My degree was in sociology, so I didn't know. I just got out into the workforce. I started working, and it led me to where I am. That it's okay, and not everybody knows. Not everybody knows, but we get there. We get there, and we're here to help you get there.
And would there be any strategies that you would have for people who um, are trying to figure it out?
I think maybe I'd talk to them about their specific interests, things that they really like, things that they don't like, even as far as times of day and little places, specifics. Get a better idea of them, their lifestyle. Um, Maybe help them go from there.
Gotcha. Well, I tell you, when the university was able to hire you, we knew that we really had hit the jackpot with a person with all this experience, passion for college students, and passion for our area. So we are so grateful that you're a part of our team, and we look forward to many years um, of working together and support. So thank you so much for your time today.
Well, thank you. I'm very glad to be here. Very much. That's been a great spot in the year 2020 for me.